I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop, and today we're dashing to recolor a Coriander's quilt pattern in a new Moda fabric collection. You can purchase the Jump for Joy quilt kit at Fat Quarter Shop. A link is in the description box. In that quilt kit, you'll receive the Dashing Quilt Pattern by Coriander Quilts, 30 fat 8s. You'll also receive the background and binding, and if you want, you can buy the backing set separately. If you don't purchase the kit, what you need is 30 fat 8s, 3 1/3 yards background, half a yard binding, and 4 yards backing. We are using the Delightfully Yours collection by Sherri and Chelsi from Moda Fabrics, and your fabric placement is meant to be scrappy. Now, if you purchase the quilt kit, we are including more fabric than a fat 8 so that will be enough fabric if you would like to starch. After you've gathered all your supplies, let's get started. This quilt is made up of 2 different blocks. We're going to be making 15 star blocks and 15 churn dash blocks. They're very easy and fun to make. We're going to start with the star block, and this is going to be our center unit. You're going to take one of your print squares and add your top and bottom rectangles with a 1/4 inch seam and press. Then you're going to add your side rectangles, and then you're going to have your center unit. Now let's move to the flying geese units. To make the flying geese units, you're going to take one of your print squares, put it on the very left end of one of your background rectangles, stitch directly on the line. Your stitch is going to look just like this. Now we're using red thread for demonstration purposes only. You would normally use a cream or white thread. Trim a 1/4 inch away, and then you'll want to press. Once you have that pressed, you will take another square that matches, put it on the opposite end, sew from corner to corner, trim a 1/4 inch away, and press. For each star block, you will have 4 flying geese units that match. So look how pretty your star block is. So easy. You have your flying geese units, your center units, and your 4 corners. You're going to sew these together with a 1/4 inch seam and press. Once you have those done, you will do the following 2 seams, and this is what your block looks like. You're going to be making 15 blocks. Now let's move to the churn dash. For the churn dash, we're going to work on the corners first, and those are going to be half square triangles. You're going to take one of your print and background squares, put them right sides together, and then you're going to draw a line from corner to corner. I like to do this on the lighter fabric. It's easier to see. And then you can do a 1/4 inch away from both sides. You will stitch directly on these outside lines. It will look like this. Then cut on the center line, and that will make 2 half square triangles. From here, you'll want to press this. We're going to be trimming this down to 5 inches square. So I'm starting with a 5 1/2 inch square Creative Grits ruler, and you put the diagonal line right on the seam, and you just want to trim a tiny bit away because these are just a little bit bigger, not too much. Now once you have your half square triangle done, on the background side, you're going to take a print square, place it on that background side, stitch directly on the line, trim a 1/4 inch away, and press. It's going to look like this. You're going to be making 4 of these units, and these are the corner units of your churn dash blocks. For the last unit of the churn dash block, you're going to be sewing together 2 squares, super easy, 1/4 inch seam, and make 4 for each block. For the top row of your churn dash block, you'll want to put your half square triangles here, and you want to make sure you have the big side facing the inside, not this side. So once you do that, you'll sew these 3 together. You're going to make 2 of those for each block. This is how it looks sewn together. You'll flip that, put that at the bottom. This is super easy. You're just going to connect your 2 prints with your background. Once you get that sewn together, you're going to have your churn dash block, and you will be making 15 for this quilt. So I wanted to show you the quilt once it's all quilted. You can see we've alternated our star blocks with our churn dash blocks. We have a fun binding that is a nice stripe. We have a low volume backing, and the quilt finishes at a really nice size of 60 by 72. Of course, if you wanted to make this quilt bigger or smaller, that would be an easy adjustment. The Dashing Quilt Pattern by Coriander Quilts is a great way to showcase lots of scrappy fabrics. If you want a less scrappy fabric, instead of using 30 fat eighths, you could use 15 fat quarters. And remember, you can purchase the paper and the PDF version of this pattern at Fat Quarter Shop. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.